Check this one out. This is a radio broadcast, Moon Township, PA 15108. Second class town of Coraopolis. Pay attention to the birds. There's a bird up here on the line. Now here's the best thing I'm going to teach you people right now today. Every one of you, no matter if you're the mafia, no matter if you're in the military, no matter if you're dumber than a fucking rock, okay? Pay attention to these birds. More importantly, pay attention to me. You hear it? Pay attention to me. As I'm walking these power lines, this is a geolocation tool. You could be tracked on these power lines. Okay, these power lines, doesn't matter if you have a cell phone or not. You have a heart rate, you're being tracked. Now, as these birds for this video game these assholes are making, and these whatever government contractors that work on magnetic fields, when these birds fly by, they're being tracked. And they have specific flight paths. Okay? Here's one drawn out. Now, imagine these tracking devices going down here and bending light in the sewers. What's going to happen? Now, a bird comes, it flies, it does a curve linear, and breaks off and does a perfect straight line. Looks like an electrical sigil, doesn't it? An electrical sign. When you pick up electrical engineering shit. And then that top one in the corner, that's a telephone wire. That's crossing wires. That's a harmonic with a cross in it for interference. And then these pulses come from these transformers and these 13,000 volts with a geolocation tool. Now you can start remote controlling the bird. Quantum computer, where you at? That's why all this shit's on these lines that you see going back and forth. Every bit of it. And today I'm cutting grass. Cutting grass today. And I'm changing the length of the grass. Why am I changing the length of the grass? Number one, looks better on the eyes, doesn't it? Nice short grass. Looks good. Number two, I'm cutting the grass so the wind could pass through it. Just go right by and not hit it. Because it's Magneto. We all know what Magneto is, don't we? He's a villain that can control metal. Imagine what these geolocation tools, because this is tracking you and it's forming beams. It's a beam forming technology. And it will stay up there in the sky. Catch all way antennas. Catch all reflections, all echoes. Modulate it back. What's this? Oh, we got another antenna here. Right next to a goddamn gas line. What can I do with that? Anybody know? Look up here. And then you got a smell. That's electrical signal, a smell. Smells like a dirty, rotten, sweaty person that wears 100% wool clothes in 100-degree heat with no air conditioner in their house. And they eat curry all day. Okay, what do I got? Thank you for changing that. Now there's 3 step downs. There's another step down. There's 3 more step downs. Those are all magnetic fields. Now I have these location tools in the wires, and I found out yesterday what this it's called a light beam. Okay? And it comes from the CO, the central office. The light beam comes from the central office, and these little boxes that are set up over here, there's no voltages and no amperages in them. None at all. And it just gets here through a light beam. That's what I found out yesterday. It's a light beam. Well, I talked to the guy that installs this shit. That's what he said. It's a light beam. They have no input, no supply power. It comes from light beam. So what's that mean? Oh, wow. If they could send a light beam to that box, like right on target, what else could they do? What else could they do? Anything? Is that a light beam? Is that a light beam? Is that a light beam? Well, it's a sound, it's decibels, huh? But is it still a light beam? Can I form a sound amplification from that? Frequency shifted. It's all dielectric. The dielectric field I'm catching on my light beam receiver. Verizon's trying to see who's covering this shit up. They say that box has no supply power in it. And that's where everybody's cable, phone, modem, and everything's going from Verizon, that box right there. And there's 4 of them in the neighborhood. And there's no supply power. Comes from the central office. And a light beam right to, there's no voltage and no amperage in that box. This is what a Verizon employee named Carl told me. I got his license plate. I got the time he was here. And then up here in the transformers, there's not, it's just a light beam. So there's no supply power. He says there's no supply power on this box. It's a light beam. So if it's a light beam, that means they could track the birds with it. They could track any human with it. Because if they could target from their central office with a light beam, target this box to supply your cable into your house by a light beam, what else can they do? Quantum computers, where you at? What's a quantum computer? And I said I wanted to change the name of D-Wave to dielectric discharge. I wanted to change the name from D-Wave to dielectric discharge. But D-Wave works. Because they changed the name anyways to like Sycamore and DeepMind anyways. They changed the name to, I don't know, Her, Sora, Grok. The whole thing. It's all D-Wave. This is where I'm at, D-Wave. Okay? This is Sharon Road. This is where I'm at. See that box? It's a light beam. There's no supply power for there. So if they could send a light beam, Verizon, what's stopping the neighbors from sending their own light beam in there? Light beam. What's the waveform? D-Wave. You're my favorite ones as of right now. Because you were first. You were first. What's the waveform of that light beam? Is it as tall as the grass or is it short as my ass? What's the light beam? We like poetry. We like music. We love to play music, don't we? Listen to the birds. Quantum computer, listen to the birds. You got special coding from the birds that make light beams. Because that's amplitude, correct? A sound is amplitude, correct? Now that's going through the light beam. And you can track me with this quantum computer. Look what you're doing. Look what you're doing here. Well, the gas company's seen it. I don't know what it does. And there's a gas line over there. More importantly, I guess that's a light beam too, supplying the power over there. That's the electric company, isn't it? I rest my case.